All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Quick, we're getting advanced. Didn't know the time was going to advance on us, so we're going to jump right into it very quickly. Here's qualifying underway, so we'll get to the details of the race here in just a second, but we're going to quickly introduce Greg. So, Greg, again, kind of got a little sprung on theirs. Didn't realize it was going to advance there. We thought we had a few more minutes while they were in a driver's meeting, but regardless of that, quickly, I want to introduce you. We know you love short track racing, and well, you get to do some here tonight.
Yeah, I love short track racing, but this is something that's been on my bucket list here ever since I joined LSRTV. I keep bugging you. You can ask, or you know what I'm talking about here. I've been bugging you pretty much since I joined. Hey, if an opportunity arises to do some dirt midget racing, I want in. And it finally arose here with the NASRA Midget Series. I'm excited for this. We're kicking it off at Eldora tonight, qualifying underway as you watch Wade Fields in the number 3. 17203. And Charles, these cars have a special place in my heart. The one time I got to see my all-time favorite race car driver race in person was in a midget car. So I've always loved these things ever since I was 7 years old.
Yeah, these cars, and it's right on top of the Chili Bowl coming out, I believe, next week or this week. I believe it's next week. They're getting ready for it.
Next week, yeah.
So they're getting ready. This is a perfect time to kick this off. Of course, NASRA, no stranger to here on LSRTV. They've been here before for a short time, but they have made their way back, or you could say we made our way back to them. Either way, they're back here for the Pulse Poppers Midget Series presented by NASRA. Of course, this is the kickoff race, so it is the Pulse Poppers 50 as we're going to pop off 50 laps here at Eldora, but we got to go through heat racing first, following qualifying, and the word I'm hearing around the shop and in the garage and everywhere else is that this track is going to get reset, Greg, after qualifying, so they'll have a fresher track for the heat races, which I predict is going to be about 2 of them if they run 10 cars per heat race, which means it's going to be a very quick night of racing as well.
Yeah, it's going to click away quickly. 50 laps at Eldora going to click away very, very quickly as they're doing 16, 17-second laps. Here's Derek Fulton in the number 70, no stranger to us here at LSR-TV. He said he was excited about this opportunity to sling a little dirt. We've seen him race dirt in the past, but not in a midget car. This is something different for him, so looking forward to seeing what our old friend Derek has here tonight in the Phantom Graphics number 70. Yeah, right now. Yeah, sorry, Charles. Right now, it's Dylan Yeager on top of the board. And Dylan, no stranger to success on the dirt side of iRacing.
Yeah, Jaeger's definitely a good one to watch out for. Rhett Tucker out on the track. And, these are very interesting cars. I want to point out, anyone that's never been around a midget, real life or sim, you see there it says malware. It doesn't finish the actual word. These are one of the few cars, now you can see it, Malware Bytes, the sponsor of that number 99. They have the option to have that side panel there on the car or not. Is an option that you can choose. I like it when they don't have it on there. As you can see right now, you really get to see inside the car and see how much those hands are moving to get around this. This is not just moving. You see right there, left, right. He's really having to maneuver the thing to get it around the track, and that is just dirt track racing. It is not about just throwing it in and hoping it sticks. You really have to wheel these things, as we got a Brian Clausen special out there in the number 71 machine of Zach Adams.
Yeah, Zach Adams sporting the Brian Clausen tribute, one of the all-time best of dirt track racing, not just midgets, sprint cars, pretty much anything you could think of. Brian Clausen did it and had success. He even took a shot at NASCAR on the Cup or the Xfinity Series, back then known as the Nationwide Series. Brian Clausen, one of the best to ever do it. And unfortunately, we lost him way too early because he was on track to be probably one of the greatest of all time, career success-wise, by the end of it. But unfortunately, we lost him way, way too soon. But again, one of the best to ever do it. And he was dominant in the midgets over the years. And at Eldora, a track that Clausen had a lot of success at. But Charles, you're a dirt guy. You know me. I'm a asphalt short track guy in the Northwest, because that's what we do up there. But you're a dirt guy. You know about it, and I know about the history of Eldora. I love this racetrack. It's on my bucket list, but you know about it. Talk about this racetrack and what we can expect from this famous half mile in Ohio tonight.
You're going to see some good racing, and I mean, this track, it's the track that Earl built. Everybody knows that, and anybody that's big into the dirt scene, as Heat Race 1 getting ready to come out, knows that now Tony Stewart owns this track. So, you aren't going to get anybody more dedicated to, having a top-notch facility than Tony Stewart. He raced NASCAR, but dirt was always where he was, and that's where his heart remains, and that's what he's going to do probably till the day that he just says, I can't do this anymore. So definitely going to be good racing. I expect to see some people up on the high side. We may see some people venture down, but I definitely expect to see them up running the cushion here, probably trying to rip the lip just a little bit. But we're going to save that our main grid here for the final, is that's kind of the big thing. But Dylan Yeager, Justin Winter, a driver that I am very familiar with, he ran in another series that we did back in the winter time of last year, so good to see him running as well. Derek Fulton, Tommy Scott Jr., Rhett Tucker, Taylor Peacock, and Anthony Job. And of course, Peacock pretty good as well, as he's in that Cash Money series.
Yeah, that's the new series we picked up on Sunday mornings here on LSRTV. Taylor Peacock, kind of the grand connoisseur, if you will, of that series, the ringleader, if you will. And you can watch them race in the NASCAR trucks this Sunday morning at Michigan Speedway. But tonight he gets to sling a little dirt with his buddies as we get set for the start of this race. Front row made up by Fields and Yeager. So this is going to be an awesome show. I'm excited for this. First time to see midgets, for me at least, on LSR TV, but not the first time midgets have been on LSR TV. That was one of the biggest races we've ever done. We'll talk more about that lately, as the field is in the hands of Dylan Yeager. We're going green.
A green flag is out. Yeager on a good jump there, as there you see now everything updating. Winter going to be right behind him. Again, Winter is somebody in that 28 you've got to watch out for. There is another Winter that's not in this race. I believe it's his brother, Ryan Winter. So we'll have to see how it goes. Maybe we'll see him make a debut in this, but Winter hanging on second place. And again, you're going to see someone up on the high side. That was Tommy Scott Jr. Taking a ride on the outside wall. But you see more often than not here, Greg, they are running a little bit higher up, except for Winter, who's running down on the bottom. And it's definitely showing as Yeager's able to pull out in front up on the high side.
Yeah, Yeager really trying to break in that cushion. Remember, the track reset after qualifying, but as far as we know, it is going to carry over to the 50-lap feature. Have not been told otherwise, so they're trying to break that cushion in here in the heat races. Look at Fulton up there, way up on the top. He's got Rhett Tucker behind him. They're up almost on the cushion as it is, and there you saw Yeager in the number 48 really trying to break up. He's got all four in the cushion there, and that's going to open the door perhaps for Winter to get a run, but Yeager knows what he's doing here, slinging the dirt on LSR TV. We're already halfway through this 8-lap heat race.
Yeah, we are, and it looks like we're going to have 3 heat races. And I talked to Derek Fulton a little bit earlier, and he was asking me, he said, Charles, well, what do I need to do here? And I said, rip the lip, run that cushion, and get your right rear on the edge of the cushion and kind of bounce it off of it. That's what you need to do if you're going to be fast around here, is running up on the top side, and that's what he's doing right now. And you see he's running down Justin Winter right now. The question is, can he pass him? That's a whole nother story, as it looks like possibly Rhett Tucker is going to try to get him maybe a little bit lower. That top side just may not be worked in quite enough, although as you can see as well as I do, it is working wonders right now for Dylan Yeager as he comes to get the white flag this time by.
Yeah, Dylan Yeager has been on a tear on the dirt track scene here in iRacing as of late, as he gets the white flag first heat race 1/2 mile away from being complete, and Dylan Yeager has done a spectacular job getting this thing going right now, and he's going to come through turn 3 and 4. He's going to take the checker flag and punch his ticket to the feature. He's led all 8 laps in the heat race. He's on to the A main tonight.
Yeah, and the top 4 going to make it right to the feature. So it's going to be Yeager, Winter, Fulton, and Tucker going to be your top 4 making it to the A main. And again, not sure how many they're taking. We have 20 drivers here, so I would imagine we'll take all of them. They may only take 18. I'll have to do some due diligence, homework on that one. But heat race number 2 is coming out onto the track, and it's going to have Suarez, I believe. Again, we'll get correction if that is incorrect. Followed by Knott, Step, Bradley, Martin, Sarge, and Osmet going to be for heat race number 2. And I do believe we'll make sure, yes, we are indeed going to have 3 heat races of about 8 drivers.
Yeah, looking forward to this one. 7 in the first one, 7 in the second one. Can assume around 7 in the third one. Looking very, very forward to seeing how this goes. As that's something you can expect to see with the dirt midget cars here on iRacing. They just get all kinds of hoppy. Even in the pace lap environment that we're in now, you saw the 2 of Soars go for a ride there on pace laps. And this is something totally unique for me, but Charles, you have a lot of experience here with dirt racing in general, and looking forward to hopefully getting some more dirt stuff here later on throughout the course of the winter and the spring and summer. Hopefully this is something we get to do a lot more often.
Yeah, that is one thing we love to do here at LSRTV is the short track racing and dirt racing. And unfortunately, with the popularity of the big tracks and NASCARs, we don't get a whole lot of it, but we're definitely always looking. But you got Keith Bradley right there, Over the Top Designs, sponsored on that one. That is a good looking wrap, but one thing you don't want to do is go over the top of the cushion. That's a bad idea, so let's hope he doesn't do it. And of course, the sponsor of this race right there in the number 26, Cody Knott, hanging on the second place as we take the green flag in that Pulse Poppers number 26 midget, and he's going to cut the nose off the 21, but they keep it going clean and green so far to start lap number 2.
Kind of a reverse slide job, if you will. On dirt track, slide jobs typically when you're down on the bottom like Nada is now, and you come up on top of what would be the 29 of Bradley there. We'll see if he does it here. No, not yet. We'll watch off turn 4. Nope, no slide jobs yet. Almost one back there between Martin and I believe that was Step back there for 4th and 5th, as I believe this car right here, this is the 46 of Martin. Oh, we got problems for one guy going around here. Believe this is
Sarge going around, so all by himself there. And yet you're right there, as that battle is heating up for second place, and you can see right there the top side has been the dominant already, as Keith Bradley able to overpower Cody Knott on the high side. Again, that's where this track's probably going to go. This it's just always been that way here at Eldora on iRacing. The top lane is where you go, and if you can ride that cushion and get the right rear and bounce it off of it, set yourself up good, the high side is where you're gonna be. But, and this is a big but, Greg, with dirt track racing, running the high side on the cushion leads to disaster for some people. If you go over it and you get into that outside wall, especially with these lightweight, powerful machines, well, you're gonna be seeing the sky ground, and probably gonna be in the trailer.
Yeah, and it's definitely not an uncommon sight to see that happen. There's 2 laps to go for Soars in the number 2 as we continue to watch Bradley in the number 29 try to reel him in. There is Soars right now. He's just trying to hold on and take the white flag and lock up what I believe will be the outside pole for this race as he takes the white flag from Barney, the flagman. Barney's got the goggles on today, as you're not used to seeing Barney up on the flag stand on the dirt track anymore. It's been a while for him, so he's up there with goggles on. But as they come through 3 and 4, one final shot down for Bradley, but it's gonna be the number 2 of Soars holding on for heat race number 2.
Yeah, Soars gets heat race number 2 win, followed by Bradley, Knott, and Martin. Going to taking that as Brandon Martin. That will move on to the A main event. Heat race number 3 coming out onto the track, and they are not taking any time. That is one beauty of dirt racing on iRacing versus dirt racing in IRL, is there is not the big delay, and you don't hear over the loudspeaker, number 24, we need you in the pits, we need you in staging. You don't have to sit there for 20 minutes while they wait on that person to show up to staging. So It's 2 minutes tops, and these guys roll out. As it's going to be Holberg, Fields, Adams, Martin, Castleberry, Steck, I believe is the pronunciation. Again, we'll get a clarification on that. And Munda going to be your 7 drivers here for heat race number 3. And this is the final heat race, Greg. Already, we've only been on air 20 minutes, going on 21 minutes. And of course, 10 minutes of that was practice and pre-roll. So we've been racing for about 10 or 11 minutes, and we're already in our final heat race.
Yeah, we're getting set straight into the feature. As far as we're aware, no B main tonight. They're taking everybody, as far as we know, to that 50-lap feature, as Holberg going to lead them to green here in this red and white. Number 9, Justin Fields, or number 3, Wade Fields, excuse me, had the wrong name in mind, but we watched him in qualifying there. Final 7-car heat race, 21 drivers in the field here tonight.
And this is this is one of those deals, Greg, where it kind of is up to the league and how they set this up, just like in real life. I believe they would take 20 cars to the feature, maybe 24, just depends on how they have it set up. But they can choose. If there's 20 cars, they can choose to make that B main mandatory or not. It really just depends on what they want to do. I would imagine if everyone's going to make it, they probably wouldn't make it mandatory. We'll skip it and go to the feature race, like you suggested would probably happen. But the green flag is out, so we'll see who the next 4 are. Anyways, a little wheel hop there, and we got one going around, and that's going to be Jonathan Munda
one going for a ride.
Down, and that is not the one I thought it was. At first, is
Wade Fields have problems on the start there, and I thought we were going to see him have problems, and then all of a sudden we looked over and Munda was going for a ride.
Yeah, Wade Fields a little wheel hop there, and that's what I was looking for. I was looking for him, and we managed to catch someone else instead. It's like a magic trick there. We go for one, we find another, but other way, Munda not going to be happy about that, as he's going to be going to the back of the field for sure. But Hunter Holberg out front with that U.S. and Canada supporting number 9 machine. He is out front, but he is being hunted down by what looks like a U.S. Army or U.S. Air Force machine in the number 51, and it looks a little mean there, Greg. He may catch him.
Yeah, that's Martin in the 51 taking a shot now. We may see a slide job here if he can try to set him up here, as we're halfway in this 3rd and final 8-lap heat race. Here it comes down to the bottom, and for the first time we're going to be able to see a slide job by Martin, and a nice crossover there by Holberg, though. They almost get together down the backstretch. They are duking it out here. Oh, and Martin gets close up to the cushion, but he looks like he might be able to make it carry over. Meanwhile, behind them, Adams in that Brian Clausen look that we talked about. He's closing in. Could be a 3-car battle as Martin and Holberg go to war again. Yeah,
that was a very, very good battle and a very close encounter there. You saw Martin slide up in the 51. He can just tags the 9. He doesn't hit him hard enough. That is one thing you can't do with these cars that you can do with something like a late model or a closed wheel car. These are open wheel cars, and you can easily get those wheels hooked together, and it spells disaster for both of you. But they're putting on a good show out front here with now 1 lap to go. White flags in the air for the 51 of Donnie Martin. Can Holberg hold on and get second, or will he try to do a slide job here? I think he may try something.
Oh, he's going to try it right there. Martin getting up right on the cushion. Holberg to the inside. Drag race to the line. It's going to be Martin holding on as Holberg tried the slide job. Unfortunately, just didn't have enough momentum to carry him by. Adams comes home 3rd. Wade Fields recovers for 4th. Steck, Castleberry, and Munda flipped out of the race early in that one. So we are into our final practice already, our final hot lap session before we get set for a 50-lap main event.
Yeah, very, very fast night of racing. So, of course, with a little bit of break, there's only one thing to do, Greg, and that is to step away, thank some sponsors, and we'll crank up the tunes for you for a minute, and then we'll come back, and we'll be getting set for some racing here at Eldora for 50 laps for the Pulse Poppers Midget Series for the Pulse Poppers 50 at Eldora.
ETE Reman, is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and we didn't get to do this a little bit earlier, Greg, so we'll do it real quickly as practice is underway before the feature, and we'll update you on that as we just got an update on it. That was not supposed to be in there for the Power Eye, but these are essentially Power Eye midgets anyway, as it is the Pulse Poppers 35, and that's what we want to update everyone on. Is we announced it as a 50 lap feature, but due to fuel constraints, it is of course now the 35 and not the 50, so that they can make it on fuel. So Greg, we're going to be out of here very quickly.
Yeah, and that'll give us a little bit of a chance to take a breather and even eat some dinner before our late night broadcast here tonight. It's a big one, and it's probably the longest race we've ever done on LSRTV, because we're going on, 2 weeks now since this race initially took the green flag. That's coming up here at 8:45 Pacific time tonight.
Yeah, I messaged Jeff Stabnow, of course, the owner of the Northwest Racing series for the Cup and Truck, and when I told him, I said, I kind of felt stupid. I was getting everything ready. I went to the website. I was getting the point standings, getting the overlays ready and stuff. And then I was copying and pasting. I'm like, nothing's changing. I was getting mad at my computer. I was like, something's glitched out on my computer. I can't figure it out. And then I remembered, oh, wait, this is from 2 weeks ago. I already have them ready from the last time we were here. So, yeah, I felt a little on the dumb side after that one, but regardless, I got these overlays done. We got those done. We're set to go, and we're just about set to go for 35 laps here in about 3.5 minutes. Definitely looking forward to the feature race here. I expect to see some good racing. We did talk to Keith Bradley, the guy putting all of this on for NASRA, and there are some drivers in here maybe not as familiar with dirt racing as others, so should make for a very interesting night.
Yeah, definitely something that coming into play here with this one is that those dirt drivers not with a lot of experience on dirt. And we know one of them, he's a guy who's a member of the LSRTV family with us, Derek Fulton, of course, driving to number 70. We know he's one of them, and he actually had that discussion with me and you earlier today saying, hey, this is not something I'm familiar with in the number 70. I'm looking forward to this, but I don't know how it's going to go. Looking forward to seeing how this goes, and who knows, maybe if this goes well for Derek Fulton, who knows, maybe he can reach out to some of his teammates there on CGE Racing and a group of guys who were very familiar with seeing on the LSRTV ranks as well, and see if you can get them in here and come sling some dirt with us next week. Where are we headed next week, by the way?
I'd have to pull the schedule up to be sure, but I believe it's Lernerville, if I'm not mistaken. I know in the first 3 or 4 weeks we go to Lernerville and Weedsport as well. So I know those two are upcoming. And if you want to know for sure, if you look at LSRTV on YouTube, we do have the first 4 races listed on YouTube, as I may just do that myself. As that is
too.
The full proof.
We got a little bit of a chance.
Yeah, just a little bit. So taking a look here at the upcoming streams.
Looks like Volusia next week.
All right, there you go. Volusia next week. Then, of course, Lernerville and Weedsport coming up. Of course, we have the Northwest Racing Truck Series, as you mentioned, coming up later tonight at 10:30 or 10:40 p.m. Central Time. Then, of course, we got New Hampshire for 3 weeks or 2 weeks delayed. We're ready to get that one going. And then, of course, we have 2 more after that, and we come back Monday for the season finale. 4 drivers, 1 championship, everything on the line. I expect to see some tempers probably flaring there. As the way this season's gone, it's going to get interesting. So you definitely, if you like racing in general, you're going to want to check out that Monday night race, because things could get a little wild and crazy.
Yeah, definitely. If you're watching on YouTube at home and you got a minute, if not, do it after the race. Go over to the upcoming live screen, select Northwest Racing Cup Series Round 34 Phoenix. It's going to be scheduled for Monday, January 11th, and make sure you set a reminder for that one. We had a wild one at Texas on Monday night to lock in our final 4 drivers. Sean Breitzman, who leads that series in victories. By the way, just so you know, Cody, he does have some real-life experience in midget cars, so maybe with the seasons coming to a close here on his side, maybe we can get him in this as well if we do some persuading. He's run some midget cars here in my neck of the woods in the Northwest. That's actually where I met him for the first time, was getting to see him race a midget car and flip a midget car, if I do recall. So another member of LSR TV that we can try to get in the series. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and try to get as many cars as we can for these guys.
Yeah, well, this race probably be about 45 minutes to an hour. We're gonna see if we extend that out a little bit. We're gonna get lots of drivers in here. And speaking of it is time to get into feature race mode. It's time for your main event here again. And I would say we've waited a long time for this, but well, we really haven't. Only about 24 minutes, Greg.
Yeah, it's going to be a very quick night because 35 laps. You saw how quickly 3 8-lap heat races went. Just throwing in some more cars in 35 laps. Caution laps we believe are not going to count. We did not officially get that confirmed, but we are under the assumption they will not count. As the field is set, and your heat race winners are going to lead us away here on the ComServe Wireless starting grid, Charles.
Down row one, gonna be Dylan Yeager in that 48 machine. On his outside, gonna be Isaac Soares, or Soares. We'll clarify that when we get the chance to talk to him in row number one and the number two machine. On row two is gonna be the 51 of Donnie Martin and the 28 of Justin Winter, Greg.
Rolling off in the third spot will be the guy, the ringmaster of the series, Keith Bradley, in the 29 with Hunter Holberg. We saw him in a great battle there with Martin for the heat race win in heat number 2 in the 9. He starts 6th on the charts. Derek Fulton talked about him not having a whole lot of dirt experience, rolls off in the number 70 alongside Cody Knott in the 26.
And at number 71 on row 5 inside, Zach Adams. And the 99 of Rhett Tucker. Row 6 going to be the 46 of Brandon Martin. And the 3 of Wade Fields on his outside.
Rolling off in row number 7 will be Anthony Job in the 91, Evan Stepp in number 21. As the lights are out on the pace trucks, we're going to have to make this quick to get the rest of these guys in. Max Steck and Tommy Scott Jr. in row number 8. Fields come in the green, as I believe we have a couple more to go. Scott Osment and Clinton Castleberry up in row number 9 as we get set for the green flag. Taylor Peacock and Jesse Schroed for Sarge coming around, but Charles, we're going green as there we go. 35 laps underway.
And just like that, unfortunately, a caution going to be coming out early in this race, as it's involving a few people, so we'll have to take a look. But
I think I saw Holberg go upside down, if I saw that correctly. It was a red and white car, so I'm going to watch that red and white car right there, the American-Canadian car of Holberg. I believe that's who it was, who wound up on his lid slide job, and unfortunately just gets into the Eldora wall and goes for a little bit of a ride there.
yeah, he had to, I'm not sure who that was that helped him out just a little bit, gave him a shot. But
I think I saw it was Job, if I saw that right. I think I saw number 91, if I recall.
You know, and you want to talk about, it's unfortunate that he got involved that early. He's in the pits right now. We'll see if he comes back out. They do have one fast repair, but, you know, it's a good thing these are sim racing, as, you know, that right there, if that was real life, that is a very dangerous way to be upside down. You know, scraping the lid of the car like that, very dangerous anytime it happens. Good thing it's just a sim, though.
Yeah, definitely something that we say quite a bit on LSRTV, watching stuff unfold. And yes, it looks like it is confirmed that caution laps are not going to count. Working lap 2 of 35 here at the Big E Eldora, the house that Earl built, as you called it, there in the pre-race. And Yeager leads the way.
And it's little unknown fact, unless you've been here or are a die-hard Eldora fan, there is actually a go-kart track that's called Little E. We don't have that one in iRacing, but yes, there is actually a Little E that is off to the side. I don't think you can see it in this one, as you know, it's not wasn't scanned to render outside of this track, so it's unfortunate. It is a neat little facility, but what also is neat is that we're taking the green flag one more time here in the feature race. Lap 3 of 35 underway right now. It's Yeager, Soares, Martin, Bradley, and Winter, your top 5, and right now Yeager showing how strong he is. And remember, if you remember correctly, unless it's another one, Dylan Yeager was in the Power I Midget I Nationals and did well as the caution is out once again.
Got one lap in this time, second caution of the day. There's a couple cars on pit road there. Oh, is that Fulton in the 70 that we saw there on pit road?
I believe it is. So we're going to see what happened. excuse me, to Derek Fulton in that Phantom graphics.
I think this started ahead of him because I saw the 29 on pit road also. Oh, Fulton gets into the wall and goes for a ride, gets hit there by the green car. Goes for a ride, but the 29 was also on pit road, the over-the-top entry in this race. So, Keith Bradley.
We'll take a look here at Keith Bradley and see what
well.
happened to him. And just troubles for a couple of drivers here tonight. We'll see what happened here in this extended replay. Oh, and he had some help from the 51.
Oh, right there, yeah. Martin gets into him. So 2 separate accidents. Looking very similar, though, as cars barrel rolling down the backstretch. You see it right there. They're both on pit road. So field's starting to trickle down. Bradley, Fulton, and Holberg on pit road right now.
Yeah, and you know, just to point out the realism here before we get this green flag, this should be next time by. You saw when Bradley hit the wall, those sparks that flew off the car. It's reasons like that, and these cars flipping as violently as they do. If you don't know, the sprint cars, midgets, stuff like that, they're mandated now just about in every legitimate series out there to run fuel bladders. Which is basically essentially just a bag that the fuel goes into, so that if the cell comes off or you know, something like that happens, sparks fly, it doesn't bust through and cause a fire. It really protects the drivers, and it really got started after a bad accident with Harley White driving a sprint car. Actually, I think it was a mini sprint at the time, but that is why they have those. Obviously don't have them here or need for them in iRacing, but definitely a good thing to have in the real midgets, as racing is back underway in a good battle between Martin, Winter, and Job right now.
This is going on for third. Martin in that 51, Winter the 28, Job just out of screen in the 91. Then you got Adams back there lurking as well, as you see Winter going to the inside of Martin as those three begin to break away. There's a little bit of a hornet's nest going on here. The 04 of Scott, I see of Fields. There's Adams trying to make his way up to the field.
A caution
Martina,
is out.
Or Martin on there. Yeah, caution out for the third time here today. Another car up on his side.
Peacock.
See if we can figure out who this is. It's Taylor Peacock. Kind of the guy putting together the Straight Cash Money series, another series on LSRTV. They'll be racing the NASCAR trucks at Michigan this week. Taylor Peacock, the guy in charge of that one, unfortunately coming to play in the dirt tonight. And some contact. And that's about the slowest rollover we've seen on LSR TV in a while.
And he tried to get it going back over, but alas, the car just wouldn't go over. You know, that is one downside to flipping a car. It's not as easy to flip back over as it is to flip them over to begin with. But I noticed we see a rocket setups on that number 48. Of Dylan Yeager right now. So I got rocket setups being represented, and I'm sure there's a few other setups in here as well that these guys represent. So it'll be interesting to see which one of them comes out on top. Really doesn't mean one's better than the other, but it's always cool to find out what setup they're rocking underneath the hood of that car.
Yeah, and I know Rocket puts a lot of time and effort into their midget setups here that they make available to the public. Remember, to these race shops like Rocket Racing setups, we've seen McConey setup shop on LSR TV in the past, Reaper Speed Lab. A lot of these guys put so much effort into making these setups so the public can go out and race them as well. So check out those speed labs like Rocket, McConey, Reaper, Pay to Win, among others, and they can get you hooked up and get you on a fast setup. And you're seeing the Rocket Eldora set right now with the 48 of Eager leading the way as we go green.
Yeah, and of course, one of the ones we support and they support us. You can check out Diggs as well as the caution comes out once again. Not even complete lap. It's going to be Isaac Suarez going to be the culprit here for this one, but we'll have to check here to see if he had any help in this one, but just a few cautions here in this race. But, you know, when you get midgets, you see this many cautions, and it's just right there, just gets it into the outside wall. You almost kind of come to expect it. You know, with these cars, they're lightweight. They have a lot of power underneath them, and they are a handful to get around the track.
Yeah, and not at all surprised to see this happening as second place Suarez goes for a ride. But here's a question here for you, Charles. The reason, when we talked to Keith Bradley about this, the reason they decided to go from a 50-lap main event, which was originally scheduled to 35, was the fuel mileage problem. Remember, laps under caution are not counting. Is fuel mileage going to wind up playing a role in this if we keep having this cautions breed cautions type race tonight?
It's a very simple answer, no. And the reason for it, I don't particularly care for it. I don't want to call anyone out, for making the decision. It's not one I would have made, but because of complaints from drivers, when a caution comes out, it stops using fuel on iRacing. In the when caution laps don't count. So under caution right now, they are not burning any fuel.
That's interesting. Was not aware of that.
Yeah,
well, that's kind of sad, actually. I liked having the cautions add a little bit more drama to it.
Yeah, the drivers complained why they were running out of fuel because they didn't put enough in there, and I personally not a fan of it. That is the point of racing. When you caution laps, when you plan on 30 and you might run 45, you've got to plan for that. That cautions are going to happen, so it's unfortunate. I wish it wasn't that way, but it is. But the battle is on right now for second place between Martin and Winter. Job just outside the picture. There he is in third, fourth back there as well, but that second place battle is heating up right now between Winter and Martin.
Yeah, Martin there on the inside. Remember, he used that slide job on Holberg in the heat race to grab that victory. As we check back in with Winter and Martin, Job lurking back there. How about Wade Fields climbing back up to 5th now in the number 3, trying to get up there in the top 5. There he is. He's under pressure from Rhett Tucker in the 99. And who's that on the extreme outside up there right on the cushion is Adams in the 71. So they're getting slicey and dicey. And notice there, Charles, before those 3 went up there on the cushion, you saw a bunch of them going right down there at the bottom of the racetrack. And you see it again here. Adams hanging up on the cushion, but you see Scott, and I believe this is the 04 of Scott and the 99 of Tucker. They were down there on the very, very low, almost on the aprons. So different strategies here as you see this dirt track really start to come in here. Yeah,
I really thought they would run the high side, but that may not be the case. It's just not running in like I thought it would be. It's not building up enough cushion to be up there. So there are a few starting to go. We'll check with your front leaders as you see now Winter excuse me, starting to go a little bit higher up on the track as Martin running down, and maybe they'll progressively get up there. We're on lap 14 right now of 35. We're coming up on 20 to go here in 2 laps, but there you see Winter running about mid-track, and you can see why. He's running right through the moisture in this track. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of moisture anywhere. They've started to wear this track down quite a bit. It's just going to be a matter. We'll see where Jaeger's running, and he's still top lining it all the way. And we'll see 1 and 2. He starts slow and goes up high to where that grip is. What does he do in 3 and 4 is the question. Kind of the same thing. He's going down low, and he's using the slick or the no grip area to slide up into the moisture up at the top.
Yeah, doing a nice job here in the 48 and clicking laps away too, which is the important part. Is we're about 3 or so laps from halfway in this 35 lap midget race to start off a new series here on LSRTV. And hit all the major dirt tracks here on iRacing with this new series. Looking very forward to bringing it to you every Thursday evening here on LSRTV. 35 lap mains across the board, and these drivers putting on a show right now. Donnie Martin and Justin Winter doing a nice job battling it out for second. Now Martin has cleared Winter, and you see right now Winter, remember, he was going up high on the cushion during that battle and has finally conceded there to go and ride around behind Martin, because I think he saw that, hey, that seems to be a little bit better than the top right now. I'm going to try it. As you even see Jaeger making his way down there as well as this race grinds on. 15 laps to go, are past halfway now in this one. That just shows you how quick we're clicking them away as we went from closing in on halfway. All of a sudden, we're a few laps past halfway.
Yeah, it's just they're running right now 17-second laps. They're just clicking them away as quickly as they can. And that battle for second position still underway as they'll switch it over. 15 laps to go here in your A-Main feature event. And a little bit of trouble there. So we got one spun around, and that's going to be Clinton Castleberry. That takes a little bit of a spin. We'll see if he took a tumble as well.
We've seen cars wind up right there, nosed into the wall here in the past. This was up in turn 3 and 4, so we'll see what happened to Castleberry. You see him coming down the backstretch now. Throws it into turn number 3, and it just got away from him there.
Yeah, just right nosing it into the inside wall. And unfortunately, that car trying to go forward, but it's not going forward for him. Not sure he going on there, but he gets it going either way. No, is he still sitting on the track? He is. He is still sitting on the track, trying to get that car turned around, but it's just not working for him. I'll be almost willing to say here as he does finally...
He's trying not to tow, and he finally had to.
Yeah, he was trying to tow, and I'm sure race control was probably over the receiver telling him, look, you need to clear the track, we're going racing, as the lights are already off, Greg.
Yeah, we're going to be taking the green flag here for a 15 lap shootout. Jaeger leading the way, Martin in second. Jaeger has led every lap of competition he's competed in tonight. The 8 laps in the heat race and the 20 in the books here in this main event. He has led them all thus far. Can he hold off, though? Donnie Martin in the 51. Remember, Martin had that huge charge at the end of his heat race to get the win. So no doubt he's going to be looking for it once again as the green flag falls. 15 lap shootout here at Eldora.
Yeah, 14 now to go as they cross the line. And we'll see. It's been a good battle between Donnie Martin and Justin Winter. This whole entire race, as just behind them, Wade Fields, again, having issues early on. He's recovered back to 4th position. Good to see him after that wheel hop off of the, I'm not sure which car it is, but he had a wheel hop off another car regardless. We now have 13 laps going, maybe 12 at the line. Laps, again, they tick away so fast when we get some green flag racing like we just had. A few cautions and then a green flag run, but that battle for second position still is the battle to watch.
Yeah, Martin still putting the pressure on, or having the pressure applied, by Winter in that number 28, and Jaeger's loving seeing that because he's already opened it up a second and a half. Look behind him, though. Fields has gone from running the same line they are to now he's up on the cushion with pressure coming from Adams. So here comes a big run by Fields. Looks like the top seems to be the way to go now, as Fields has got it hooked up on the cushion. He might get a 2-for-1 here through 3 and 4. Looks like he's got Winter, and he's just going to hammer down here off of the turn. He's going to get both of them. Here comes Wade Fields with 10 laps to go.
Yeah, that's the kind of gamble right there. If you can go and get 2-for-1 up on the high side and make it stick, you might as well go to Vegas and gamble, because he just drove it up there. And I told you eventually that high side would probably come in. It has come in now, but the problem is there's only 9 laps to go with a 2.8 second gap to Jaeger. So he's got to cut down a lot of time or hope for a caution to come out here fairly soon if he wants to try to run down Jaeger, as he's got the speed. I just don't know if he has the time to do it. 8 to go. That battle now that was for second, now it's a 3-way battle, and it's for third, as now you see everyone else saying, oh, we need to go to the top side, and that right there is what Job is doing. It's what Martin's doing, and Winter doing it as well.
And look at Job throw the slider there on Martin to move into the 3rd spot. Oh, but he gets the wall. Hang on to it, Job. He's going to lose all that ground and more as Winter gets by. Adams gets by, but Winter has problems, and Job comes fighting back on the inside. And Job now going to try to throw it in deep. Get the slider there on, I believe, Winter, who has fallen all of a sudden out of the top 5 after running in second for a portion of this race. Gets back around Job and is trying to reel in Adams now.
Caution is
We're
out.
down the backstretch. Caution comes out, and this is going to be big for Fields.
Yeah, this
Here
is
we are
big
under
implications for your leader, Fields. Winter, for the first time, not in the top 3. He was all race long, but he'll have a chance to try to recover as Anthony Job gets something wrong here, and it's just a cush. He got over the cushion, and around he goes, and
identical to what happened the first time, and very similar to that rollover we saw earlier by Peacock going for a ride. So it's shootout time here at Eldora. Going to be 5 laps to go when we go green, and Charles Wade Fields, who was hooked up right on the cushion, he's now going to be right up on the back bumper here of Jaeger. For reference, he is plus 10 positions from the start of this race.
Yeah, he is definitely on the move. And again, to keep in mind, there won't be any green-white checkers because caution laps not counting. You don't do green-white checkers. You just don't count caution laps. So we'll just run it and till it's in. It's there you see right now lights are off, and like you said, 5-lap shootout when we take the green flag. My question for you is, do you think Fields has what it takes and has what he needs to get by Dylan Jaeger, who has been out front every single lap of this race? But Fields, again, 10+ spots. I think he may have something.
Got it hooked up. The question is, what does Jaeger do here on defense? As he's been able to break away every time. We'll see if he can do it now as the green flag falls. 5-lap shootout. That's going to help him, though, as Martin is able to get to the bottom of Fields right on the start. Slide job by Martin, and he gets the spot, but a nice crossover there by Fields to get it back. And this is all helping Jaeger drive away as there's going to be 4 to go when they cross the line.
Yeah, I think right now what is happening, I think possibly Fields has a better long run speed. Jaeger has a good takeoffs. That's where he excels at. And when you only have 3 laps to go, 5 to start with the restart, as he comes to take 3 to go, I think Jaeger may have this one in the bag here to just kind of walk it on home. He's just got to be very careful and not make any mistakes. Don't get over the cushion. Don't right rear the wall, as he's coming to take 2 laps to go this time by.
Yeah, very good showing for Rocket Racing Setups Dirt Midget program. Here with Jaeger leading the way. We'll have to see if we can figure out what some of these guys are running throughout the course of the season. No doubt what Jaeger's running on this number 48 is he's going to come around, and Barney's going to give him a white flag, which means it's the CRN 1 to go here at Eldora for the season opener of the NASRA Midgets.
Yeah, final lap. It's Jaeger out front. We'll check in with everyone behind him here in a minute, as there you see the flag stay on Cam, and it will be Jaeger getting the win. Fields second, and Martin barely hanging on the third over Adams, as that was a very, very close battle there between those two. But Donnie Martin gonna get your third and final spot. Those are the top 3 we'll be talking to here in just a little bit.
Yeah, nice run there by Martin to hold off Adams, but a dominating performance by Dylan Jaeger in the number 48. He led every single lap he was on the track tonight. You don't see that too often anymore. And a nice job there by Jaeger as he leads the top 3 on to the front stretch. Dylan Jaeger, winner here at Eldora.
He is indeed. And real quickly, there we go. Your final results here, unofficial anyway, for the Pulse Poppers Midget Series presented by NASRA. Again, Greg, a great race. Dylan Jaeger going to walk away with the win over Wade Fields by 0.842, followed by Donnie Martin. A 3-second gap there. Those are the top 3 we'll be talking to, followed by Zach Adams, Justin Winter, Tommy Scott Jr., Rhett Tucker, Brandon Martin, and Max Steck and Cody Knott going to round out your top 10.
As we move over to 11, it's going to be Scott Osment there in car number 73, Evan Stepp in 1, Jesse Sarge They're 1 lap down there. 5 laps down was Anthony Jobu, had that incident late in the race, and then you had the guys who had trouble throughout the course of the night and were looking for a bounce back at Volusia next week. Clinton Castleberry, Isaac Suarez, Taylor Peacock, you can catch him on Sunday. Derek Fulton, you can catch him in a lot of stuff on LSRTV. Keith Bradley and Hunter Holberg all had issues early in this one and will be looking for a bounce back next week at Volusia.
And the only other driver we'll mention is Jonathan Munda made the feature, but was a scratch for the race. He did not start. Oh, that's fortunate for him, but we're going to quickly step away real quick. When we come back, we'll be talking to your top 3, Yeager, Fields, and Martin, in just a few moments. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here in your post-race show here at Eldora Speedway. And again, a great race. We got the top 3 with us. Of course, as always, starting with your 3rd place driver, it is going to be Donnie Martin. Donnie, a great night of racing here so far at Eldora. Some good battles going on. You hang on to 3rd place. What are these midgets like to handle, and how are they here at Eldora? And it looks like there might have been a little bit of a cushion, but which was the preferred line for you, the top side or bottom?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for everybody that put on this race tonight. It was a great time. As for the track, man, there was a cushion. It was a little rough up there. It was slick, but when you caught it and you could ride it, it would throw you around. I mean, I got my force feedback turned up quite a bit, so you had to hang on to it quite a bit. When we were on the bottom, that was just ride a rail, hold your line, try not to run into anybody, search for some traction. As the race went on, it felt like that's all I was doing was searching for more traction. But we were lucky enough to hold on to 3rd.
Well, an amazing job for you. Greg, any questions for him before we hand it over to him for his sponsors?
Donnie, just watching you go in the heat race there, that battle at the end of the heat race with Holberg, and then transferring over, and you were locked in a battle pretty much the entire length of that race there with Winter, and then at the end as the other drivers came into the mix. What's it like wheeling these things constantly in this one, as you're in a battle pretty much from start to finish? At least you were tonight. What's it like not having a chance to have a breather like that?
Man, I'm going to tell you what, when they say elbows up, it's elbows up. We're even right here in the sim. I'm sitting here sweating bullets right now. If you ain't up on the wheel, you ain't going to be up in the pack. That's what it comes down to. As for a breather, it's nice to get a little breather, but the way these things get your blood pumping, it might be an advantage to keep your blood pumping without a stall in between.
Well, definitely looking forward to what comes next week. Donnie, real fast, who are the sponsors on that number 51 machine?
Most of all, I want to thank my little brother, Brandon Martin. He was back in the field a little bit tonight. He pushes me to beat him every time we're on the track together. That's out of love. Next, I want to thank my best friend, Remo. Always been there for me. And my buddy, Josh Trussell, helps me with setups.
All right, there you have it. Your 3rd place winner, Donnie Martin, in the 51 here tonight. And a driver we watched a lot here tonight as well, finishing in 2nd place. That is the number 3 at Wade Fields. We saw him have a little bit of an issue in a heat. Got a little wheel hop there, and then worked his way 10 spots plus in the feature race. Wade, you come in here, and I think you had a car that possibly could have got the win. It seemed like Yeager had good restarts and starts, but you had a fast machine. What do you think you needed to do to get by him here in this race?
That last restart, I thought I was catching him on the top, but I had a battle Donnie there on the last restart. I didn't get off like I wanted to there, but it was a good race. I felt real good once I broke through halfway the pack. I felt a lot better. He had to really watch where he was going not to get caught up in something there coming from the back.
Real quick before we hand it to Greg, we saw there on what I believe was lap about 25 or so, maybe 30. You've got the what we refer to as the 2-for-1 special. You went up to the high side. You managed to pass 2 cars in one corner. So how much dominant was that high side when you could really just rip the lip and hang it out there?
Oh yeah, the top was definitely fast there towards the end, and you just had to be aware of where your right rear tire was and sling it in there just right. That way you ain't hitting the wall. It was a lot of throttle control, and once you got it up on the cushion, it was a rail up there, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Greg, good.
Yeah, Charles kind of took my question that I had thought of there for you, Wade. So what I'll do is I'll ask you this, and we'll look forward to next week in Volusia. That late race charge to the front where you came home with a second. What kind of momentum are you going to be able to carry over to Volusia because of that late charge next week?
I normally run the non-wing cars, so I don't have a lot of time in the midget at Volusia, but I'm going to try my best, and hopefully we can give something for Jaeger next race. Hopefully we're just as fast as we was as Eldora.
All right, and Wade, real fast, as you have your mic still, who you going to thank for being on that car, making it fast tonight?
I want to thank everybody at School of Sim Racing. Good group of guys, and running around them's what helped me get faster. And I thank Keith Bradley and for helping me out and helping put this show on. And I want to thank LSRTV. And shout out to my dad, Brian Fields. He's probably watching this at home.
Well, again, congrats on second place. And, of course, your winner here tonight, the number 48 of Dylan Yeager. No stranger to the midgets, no stranger to the midgets here on LSR TV as well. Dylan, you get the win here tonight at Eldora to kick off the Pulse Poppers Midget Series presented by NASRA. A win is always nice. To get the win on the opening night of the series, does it make it that much better knowing you're the points leader going into night 2?
Oh yeah, and it does build momentum for the rest of the season, so hopefully I can keep that consistency going from this week and span it through the rest of the season. Felt pretty strong tonight, so hopefully it just keeps on continuing throughout the rest of the season.
Oh, we saw you good on the starts and restarts. Did you have the long run speed, or were you kind of glad that last caution came out because you knew you had a chance to get a good start and pull away for those last 5 laps?
I felt like I was a little better on the long run. I was able to get pretty consistent lap times up there on the cushion. I was pretty comfortable up there at the end of the race. It seemed like if you entered it perfect up top, it just held your car. So I definitely think that the long run was the way to go for me.
Well, Greg, any questions for him before we thank those sponsors?
Well, Dylan, you led every single lap you were on the racetrack here tonight, and you got Rocket Racing on board the car. And I know that Rocket has a lot of pride in their Dirt Midget program, one of the best on iRacing. So no doubt having that kind of camp in your corner helping you out with that's got to be just a little bit of an extra boost to have the support of a great team like that as well.
Oh yeah, all the guys on my team are great. They support me in everything I do. Couldn't thank them enough for helping me out through my whole journey here at Rocket Racing Setups. And yeah, hopefully I might be able to get 1 or 2 of them into the series. That would be cool to see, but you never know.
All right, well, real fast before we let you go, Dylan, I know you got some sponsors. Of course, you just mentioned a couple of them. Who do you got to thank on that car and maybe off the car that made it faster tonight?
Yeah, as always, got to thank you guys for doing the broadcast. Everyone that goes into running this whole joint here, it was fun the first week. Got to thank Aaron for spotting me Got to thank all my sponsors: Rocket Racing Setups, Reliable Energy Solutions, Gross Designs, Milner Media and Design, Seaber Racing Media, and Flood Drive Properties.
All right, there you go. Your race winner in your top 3 here tonight with a great opening night here for the Pulse Poppers Midget Series presented by NASRA. Greg, final thoughts before we pack it up and get ready for our nightcap late night race with the Northwest Truck Series after almost 3 weeks of a delay there. We're ready to get to it.
Yeah, definitely the longest race here ever on LSR TV, going on about 3 weeks since the drop of the green flag before we're finally going to get to finish this off here tonight. But man, what a race this was at Eldora tonight. My first time getting to work on dirt midget cars with or here in the broadcast booth, and I loved it every second of it. I can't wait to see what comes next here at Volusia next week, and looking forward to Thursday evenings for the foreseeable future here on LSR TV.
Well, definitely going to be a great addition to the channel here on a early Thursday night, early compared to the later one, of course. But on behalf of myself and Greg Rentz and everyone else here at LSR TV and NASRA, we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be back in just a couple of hours with the last race of the night with the Northwest Truck Series, and of course back here next Thursday with the NASRA series as well for some more midget racing and playing in the dirt as we head to Volusia. Until then, stay safe, and we'll keep you in tune.
This broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSR TV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSR TV would like to thank you for your support, and we